Apologies for keeping you all waiting. We can begin the hearing. I believe it's just citation 2140967 this morning. Can you please come forward? Are both of you, or one of you? Okay. My name is Lanicha Enriquez. I am presiding hearing officer this morning. You will be sworn in by Mr. Rodas. After that, Public Works will be able to present first, and you can just take a seat back in your seats, and then when he is done presenting, you will present.
Morning. Please state your name and raise your right hand.
Niall Simon, Public Works.
Do you want me to raise my hand?
Also, please.
All together?
If you guys are, whoever's presenting.
Who's ever going to
whoever's
speak.
gonna speak.
I will.
Okay, so,
It's my assistant,
sure. Could you state your name, please, for the record?
Sally Ann Davalos.
Thank you. And you, thank you. Do you solemnly swear that the testimonies you're about to give today is the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Please have a seat, ma'am.
So on Thursday, August 28, 2019, at approximately 11:50 a.m., while performing a routine inspection on Noriega Street,
More slowly so I can understand. Thank you.
I'll start over. On Thursday, August 28, 2019, at approximately 11:50 a.m., while performing a routine inspection on Noriega Street, Natalie Chin found several refuse receptacles overflowing on 32nd Avenue at Noriega Street. Upon further investigation, Natalie Chin found markings on the bins indicating as belonging to 2511 Noriega Street. Natalie then confirmed with Recology Refuse Collection Service at 2511 Noriega Street is in the name Vietnam Noodle House with 32 gallon compost bins service Monday through Saturday, a 32-gallon trash bin, a 64-gallon trash bin, and a 96-gallon trash and recycle bins serviced on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Previously, on April 9, 2019, a warning concerning improper containerization of refuse was issued to Vietnam Noodle House after an inspector found an overflowing recycle bin out on the 32nd Ave with marking indicating as belonging to 2511 Noriega Street. Then on both April 30th, 2019 and May 15th, 2019, Natalie Chin issued a notice of violation to the garbage account holder on each occasion for violating MHC 283 after finding excess cardboard boxes out on the curb and alongside the recycle bin. Given the problematic history with improper containerization of refuse at this property, and because the receptacles are once again out on the sidewalk, overflowing, Natalie Chin issued a citation for violation PWC, Public Works Code, MHC 283. I'll go ahead and show some photos now. This was on August 29th, 2019 at 11:50. It's another angle. This is April 9th, 2019. We're showing an overflowing recycle bin to the right in this photo. This was April 30th, 2019. This was May 15th, 2019. And that's it.
Okay. This, is it Davalos?
Yes,
Okay. You can present.
I would like to address this. I have been trying,
Can you speak into the mic, please? I can't
oh,
hear.
sure. I've been trying to get this resolved since 2017. It has become impossible. The building was built in 48 by Del Webb, built the whole block. It has always been a pharmacy on the corner, and it has always been a restaurant next door. When the city went green and added extra garbage cans, the restaurant is a building of 875 square feet, which will not accommodate the number of garbage cans. In 2017, in June, I met with a young man, Ian. I paid the contractor secretary that I was using presently to set up the meeting. I didn't know how to set it up. I wanted to talk to someone to help. He met, he said, what you have to do is call the public health department and ask them to come out and assess the garbage cans in the restaurant. Fine. I set up a meeting for the health department to come. She came on a Friday, looked at the restaurant, looked at the garbage cans, and wrote a report, which I have here, saying that there just wasn't enough room in the restaurant to accommodate the garbage cans. So something should be erected at the wall so that you could put the garbage cans in an enclosure. I pursued that, and let's see, I didn't get very far, quite frankly. During this period, my husband was gravely ill, and I continued to monitor the garbage situation. If you look at that, the restaurant is not putting pots and pans out for garbage. The restaurant is not putting boxes out. Plus, for some reason, it has changed that the merchants on the block are no longer, as they traditionally did, putting their garbage cans in front of their place of business. They're bringing them around to the corner. And in doing that, it is effectively creating a garbage dump. I phone constantly. When I was doing my tour yesterday, and let's see what was the additional yesterday.
Yes,
Well, I can do it from memory. Yesterday, there was a mattress, a box spring, a bookcase, stacks of on the curb of boxes. One little restaurant couldn't have that many boxes to go out. I mean, it's ridiculous. I am presently working with the mapping department. I have paid $1,300 to get a permit for an encroachment. Nobody, quite frankly, has given me any help except Natalie Chen. She has been absolutely stalwart. She reached out and called me. She has been helping me. If she hadn't done anything, I'd still be floundering, not knowing what to do.
So she's the one who issued the citation. So
Pardon me?
She's the one who issued the citation. So what assistance is she giving you, though?
What is this that,
Natalie Chen, she is the one who issued you the citations. So I'm asking you, in your conversations with her, what other options has she presented to
Oh,
you?
she told me I
to
could-
not continue having citations.
I could apply for a permit for not a conditional use.
an encroachment
encroachment.
for a garbage enclosure.
For
So that
garbage.
you can build some
She
sort of,
recommended.
Yeah, she
as
recommended that.
A garbage
To
enclosure.
do exactly the same thing that they have done directly across the street with no permits. It just came up one morning. And they have done exactly the same thing on Noriega and 22nd Avenue. And I am being put through such hoops.
so my next,
I am willing to do anything.
So we have we have a permit, a request for a permit for encroachment that then would lead to an actual garbage enclosure that we were told will take about 40 days to actually just review.
okay.
If it is granted.
Natalie was the one that gave us the recommendation to do that, so
Yeah.
that's why we went to the city to do that. I think the other issue is that unfortunately, due to health code, the restaurant cannot
Can't.
keep their garbage
Garbage.
cans in there. So they're forced to put them on the street at night, which then leads to, I've stood there, I've watched it, I've seen trucks come by, I've chatted with the guys at 311. It leads to a neighborhood blight. Unfortunately, in some of those photos, you can see the cans are clean, and they're there, and they leave, and then what happens, and I know you know this, then everyone decides, oh, I can put my garbage there too. This is a newer issue in the neighborhood. We've owned the building, and
Nathan? actually,
I hope
can see?
that,
This is one. I'll give you several. It's,
and it's not only, it's happening on our property against the wall, but as you can see in that photo, it's happening
On the
next-
sidewalk
That's
and-
not our property. This,
The boxes.
that's the city's property. And that's illegal dumping, along with the mattresses, the boxes.
and as you see, they are neatly placed.
That's what it normally looks like. Sometimes someone will come and
Not
shove more
normally.
in.
There's always
So
something.
hopefully, what we're hoping is that with this enclosure, which can also be locked, they're actually quite popular in New York City, and they're taking off now here in this area. If we get the encroachment permit and can get this box,
We're
we're
perfectly
crossing our
willing to
fingers
do it.
that that's not going to continue. I have to say, knowing the city, I think it's actually going to be even harder. I think people are going to go, oh, a box, and they're going to put more garbage on top. My thought is, if you have recommendations, that if you've worked anywhere else in the city about signage, maybe cameras, because
No jumping here.
this is
It is an
just,
offense.
and we call 311, and I know you deal with it all the time, and it's everywhere in the city, and it's a joke. And I think the hard part is, as a property owner, the onus is now on us because people are illegal dumping, and that seems somewhat unfair.
Okay.
And I think that would be.
Neil, you had wanted to say something? Oh. I'm sorry, there's just the one mic.
Niall Simon. So,
Oh, so-
in
no.
speaking with Natalie Chin, is my understanding that this is not about, they're absolutely right. They're in the process of working with Public Works in regards to getting their encroachment permit to build that box for their containers. This is only about improper containerization, which is shown here, where it was overflowing, and here where there's overflowing.
I
The
would,
actual
su- I would
containers-
suggest that somebody came and put the boxes in. I kid
Okay.
you not.
So I guess my question, though, it does go back to what they're saying, is that how they is that how the property owner put the bins out there, or were they put out, like in the previous picture, neat, and people, I'm trying to understand, is that how the garbage was left by the restaurant, or is that how was the garbage left neatly lined up, and someone else came along and added trash to it?
I understand. In regards to the cans being, the receptacles being out lined up along the property line, I believe that is how they left it out. In regards to how they were filled, or if somebody came along
Yeah.
and added to it, that I cannot confirm. I cannot, we just went, and the inspector went and saw that it was overflowing, and given the previous history of this issue, gave a citation. There's also, maybe before you built the bin, maybe contact Ecology to see about obtaining lockable service.
Yeah,
That,
they are lockable. The ones that we're looking at are built with locks,
got it, okay.
that only
That
the
can-
property renter will have access to.
This was yesterday.
Okay. If they obtain lockable service, maybe it can
Yeah.
prevent.
I'm
things like this
still, even if they're locked, and I
And
know
is
you
all
guys
of those
deal with this.
you want to pass?
photos,
You can put it on there, ma'am,
How do you,
and it'll come out on the screen.
how are you dealing with this? And I don't know if this is the proper forum, but how are you guys dealing with this and with
In other neighborhoods.
311 with the dumping? And even if you do have a nice lockable thing, something has changed that people think, okay, now I'm going to go. Even the
Dump.
fact that the other vendors in the area are now taking their garbage cans and have decided that this is where the garbage goes. Like,
Which is not right.
there's one photo that we have, which is their garbage cans, but then everyone else in the neighborhood's like,
so
we're gonna.
Natalie would be, or someone at Public Works would be the best
Okay, to look for
sort of
ideas.
resource
Yep,
for you
some
to
sort of-
give you options and help you. I
Outreach.
don't, I know due to my tardiness, she had to leave. I do, so that, I'm sorry, and I did not say this at the beginning, I don't issue my decision today. Even if I had one, I probably wouldn't, because I would like to speak to her. I just have a couple of questions for her I'd like to get some clarity on. She is probably your best contact, or I believe Niles just gave you his card as well, to help give you, to provide resource for ways that you can, and, you know, help deal with the situation and the other merchants. I would like to speak with her again and clarify a couple of issues, and then you would receive my decision in the mail within 7 to 10 business days. I mean, for me, I understand you had other citations, but I'd like to talk to her, because if she's trying to assist you and she's giving you options as far as getting permits and what you can do, and she's aware of the situation, then I'm not understanding why she's not working with you as opposed to issuing, multiple citations.
I think there was a little confusion, to be honest with you, that my mother's been going through a lot and was busy with the store, and there was no clear, I'm DPW and I'm the person who's, it was just, here are citations. They just started showing up, and it was, there was a lot going on. So it was just a little confusion.
Who is, so the restaurant is responsible for
that-
putting the trash out?
That is my next point. I am very concerned about the lies. They're a young Vietnamese family who are extremely hardworking, and they are worried. They said to me, what happens if the city won't let us put our cans in a container? Well, we have to close our business. Well, they are worried, and it's not fair to have people not sleeping well at night because of garbage cans.
I understand that. I don't believe the situation will warrant them having to close their business, but
Well, I
I'm
don't
asking
think the city
because
can.
if some of those boxes look like they would come from their food box.
It's in the
So-
whole neighborhood, though, you need to understand, it's all restaurants. And I've actually watched trucks.
I have
sit
too.
there with their blinkers on and wait and take a bunch of things and just
throw
stick
it in.
them, because it's an easy place to do it.
I would say you should maybe go over with whoever at the restaurant is responsible for taking out the trash. The boxes have to be broken down, flattened.
do. They
And
do.
they have to be stacked on top of each other. They can be binded, and they need to either be on top of the cans or next to them. They can't be halfway broken down or not
Right,
broken
they
down
aren't.
at all.
And-
So
and
it
these
might be helpful
people-
to
Talk with them.
reiterate that
And they
to
do,
them.
and we do talk to them. It's just
Right.
unfortunately.
And twice a year, they power wash the street. I mean, they're trying to do the right thing.
Oh.
And they can't power wash now because it is never just garbage cans. There are boxes that would make such a mess if they got wet. It would be terrible.
I do want to thank both of you for coming in. I encourage you to work with Niles and Natalie moving forward regarding the permit and coming up with solutions. I am going to reach out to her today to clarify a couple of things with her, and you would receive my decision in the mail within the next 7 to 10 business days.
So you have not made up your mind yet
No, I do
that
want
we
to.
will be hit with a $1,000 fine? That's why we're here.
No, it's $250. My decision is based on whether or
Well,
not it's a
no,
$250.
My paper, one of them was a $1,000 fine.
that's not, I don't have that in front of me. It's just $250.
It's a $250 fine.
Even that is odious when it's not your fault. And I will try to do anything possible. I have made 10 sorties to this address to check the garbage. And out of the 10 sorties, only once was it just the garbage cans lined up. There have been bookcases, pots, pans, boxes, lots of boxes, and whoever is dropping off the boxes is very careful to ink out their delivery address. So,
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time. And thank you for
Thank
that.
you.
And
That concludes today's administrative hearings.
that the city